Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and I have some bad news. My camera is is not working, so we're gonna spend some time trying to fix that. I do apologize for the delay. Have no clue what is going on. It's like continuously trying to focus and unfocus, um, and it's just not stopping, and it's really weird. Like I have no idea what's causing this. Oh, it's really glitching out now. Is it better? Is that better? Are we done? That'd be really big because we just started stream, so I'd really hope um that we're all. Nope, we're still not good. I don't know what to do. Gonna keep messing with some settings here, trying to hopefully get this working. Otherwise, we may not have a stream, which would be not the coolest thing. That's for sure. Okay, it's letting me adjust the zoom. Okay, wait, okay. You did, Bear. I'm so sorry. You can just go ahead and skip the stream if you want. I deserve that. So my camera just decided to really just explode. So I'm now trying to figure out how to fix everything. So I do apologize. All right. I'm sorry for the delay, everybody. I hope your guys' days are going well. Today's been pretty rough on my end, but I hung up with my roommate a little bit, which was great. I had a lot of fun there. I always appreciate the moments we get to hang out. So, and I think, I fixed the camera. I have a grid that I align everything to make sure the perspective's all right. Day like 3 of using Finch. There's even more features that I'm exploring. I think Finch is awesome. I think I'll add it to the future sponsors list of. It's only day 3, but like the future sponsors list of the Kavel streams. Because man, I'm highly impressed. Is my camera's just really being really bad at focusing today. Okay, I think we're back, everybody. Cool. Once again, apologies for that delay. Let me fix some stuff on the other end real quick. And then, oh goodness, and then we're gonna get started. So be right back. Alrighty, we're back. Sorry about that once again. Of course, the day I'm like a little bit late, everything in the stream decides to explode. There we are. Let me fix my mic up real quick and then we'll be ready to go. Once again, sorry. Let's get to it. So yeah, once again, I really hope you all are having a really good day today. And if not, now is the hour that we get, my favorite hour of the day. Like I said, not the best of days. They come and go, you know. So, but oh goodness, why is my there we go. My little hinge on my desk was messed up. I messed up my band-aid really bad. May have to fix that later. Or like right now. There we go. I wanted to watch City today, and I realized I don't have anything I can stream it on. But I think that's gonna be my next anime. So instead, I opted to watch a Vinny stream during during lunch. Now I think about it, that's the only time I've sat down to watch something today. So I think I've earned a little bit of free time. Very excited to be done with cylinders soon. There's so much waiting ahead of us. We have this stupid circular menace in the way. I hope I didn't actually scare Bear Mug off with the abs comment. If so, my bad. But yeah, like I said, Finch has even more features than I thought it did, and I think they're really awesome. And I kind of like went into the insight stuff. So really, really looking forward to see the stuff I get from continuing to use that app. I swear, if like there's ever a big security breach at Finch Industries and somehow like everyone's data is leaked, I'm gonna be so upset because like right now, probably one of the favorite apps I use. Because like I use Discord Safari, I have an alarm app I've used for like literally probably a decade at this point. I will not talk about which one that is though, because well, I think it is good. Um, it constantly asks for like, hey, pay for our premium. What if I just want the app as it is? Stop bothering me. I've used this app for, a decade. What makes you think I'm going to start paying now? Because like everything else is just kind of like in the phone that I already use. Oh, and I got Hank Green's sock app today, or sock bean app today, bean focus app. I used it for a little bit of my reading and I liked it. It does suck because like at one point I had to message my group mates. Beanard or Bernard, sorry, Bernard, that's it. Or Beanard, yeah. Doing well. Only did about I think an hour of focus time in the app. Because I had to make a Discord for some of my lab mates for a class, which meant I had to send it to them on iMessage, so I lost a lot of my socks. Hey, what's up, cat? Yay! The dichotomy of viewers, cat skipping the ads and Bear Mug trying to land with them. I think the app is pretty great though. I do think the fact that like you have to commit to the time you set in that app. So like there is a severe dissatisfaction with myself if I have to stop that timer. But after my little Pomodoro craze that I had for like the past 3 years of my life, it I think maybe just those kind of apps aren't for me. And the reason why I find Finch is different is because I'm doing things, like it gets you to not that actually, yeah, they're completely different apps. So I was playing Wordle Unlimited. Oh, huge. Let me guess, does that just continuously give you words to practice with? Cool. The Wordle Pro. Part of me, and I guess this is the excitement for the end, is like wanting to rush cylinders a lot. But we'll man, day 400, 400. I thought we were in the 300s. I'm not joking. I actually thought we were like day 380 or something. We're in day 400. Oh, jeez, man. That almost makes me feel bad. I was a bit late to stream. I'll be honest with you guys. So I said I was hanging out with my roommate, which I was. But I was late to stream because I decided to make cookies before stream. To christen, our new apartment, the oven that we've yet to use. And I was just hoping the preheat wouldn't take too long, which it didn't. They came up much more square than I expected because I just used the Toll House cookie dough squares, cubes things. But they came out pretty well. And I sat there in my living room with my roommate, and I feel bad. I feel like I'm forcing him to watch things. But I forced him to watch Unusual Memes just to see if he would like it, because who wouldn't like get something from a little bit of joy. Unusual Memes is just pure funny. A little bit of joy every week. And they literally don't do anything else than that. They do have the Patreon, but like I don't blame them in this economy. I was also doing some job search earlier today. I've been at prioritizing companies that have more like philanthropic or just like their existence is towards something good, like nonprofits or like I saw some for a lot actually. There's a lot of companies hiring, or at least companies, for like wildlife rehabilitation or like forestry, or like whatever they protect forests, and the wildlife. Sadly, those jobs don't need a lot of computer scientists. But I'm still gonna like apply where I can. A lot of them want data scientists, which I get why. And it kind of sucks because I really do love cybersecurity, but the market and the jobs I want seem to lean more towards data science. Thankfully, I'm kind of in a weird spot right now where I first started in data and I'm leaning towards software, and right now I'm in a data software combo class where I'm training machine learning models to detect malware, which is really fun. But I'm hoping that can give me some leverage into both of those spaces. And I can tout like, oh yeah, I'm good with threat detection because I'm good at data science or something. Who knows? I need a new favorable snacks. I'm getting bored of my current ones. Let's see. Bananas are always up there. Bear's recent recommendation of tangerines, especially frozen. You freeze them for 2 hours, or 2 to 3 hours in the fridge. Is very good. I like things called pretzel thins. They're like like if you took a pretzel and squashed it and it got all flat. I really love pretzel thins. They're also pretty low calorie, but they are high sodium. Sorry, I'm pausing this one just because I wanted to swap it up. There we go. Trying to think of other snacks. Baby carrots. Baby carrots are freaking goated. Shout out baby carrots. The Le Festine, probably not. I'm not feeling it tonight, sadly. What are other good snacks? Cheese sticks go hard. They aren't that good for you, but they go really hard. Like string cheese. Heck yeah. A nice Triscuit every once in a while. Cantaloupe. Yeah. However, I'm pretty sure you said you don't like cantaloupe. Wait, cheese sticks aren't healthy? I can't imagine they are. Because, like, it is just straight cheese and probably lots of sodium. Here, let me look up. I'll do it after this. Like, I wouldn't say they're super unhealthy, but they aren't like. It's just kind of like empty calories, which means they don't offer much nutritional value, like vitamins, protein, stuff like that. YouTube spoiled me again. I'm so mad. I saw that. I'm super sorry. I wonder if there's like, maybe that's a fun little programming challenge for anybody in here, or maybe me, is making a extension that you can select the anime you're watching, and it will block any videos pertaining to possible spoilers. That does mean though it will. I think the biggest issue with that is it'll block all videos relating to One Piece, and people watching anime probably have a tendency to also watch content surrounding that anime. Like I watched Freerun videos like talking about how good the animation and stuff was and storytelling. So that extension would have blocked it. Or like that's the thing, you could watch it when you're finished with the show, but One Piece is unique in the sense that, 1,040 episodes so far. So you're not going to be watching One Piece content for a while. Yeah, I am sorry that you got that spoiler. Then again, it's not the worst of spoilers, but yeah, because I like watching pre-time skip funny moments. That's valid. That's valid. Nah, don't hate yourself for that. That's fine. Jim's just replied with an awesome GIF in the pets channel. That I really like that. My philosophy class is off to a great start. The first like big talking or the paper we're reading uh discusses, and I can't talk about the content on stream because younger people could be watching this stream, but think like AI bots that do explicit things. We're talking about that like day 2 of class, and it's so funny, but it's also a great talking point. Jim's is just a wholesome person. I look up to them in that regard. They're very chill. I don't know why I'm using they them. She's very chill. Life is really unique. I mean, yeah, it is. It's hashtag derp. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. I mean, like the derp and the deep thing. Whatever. Fake deep. Whatever you want to call that. Anyways, um, I know it's like weird to say. I like life. A reason I like life is because every person you meet, you like get a little something from them. You learn a little bit more about the world, about people, about how to behave from them. And like the people that you learn the most from on how to behave and improve on as a person are like friends you gotta keep, man. Those are rare. Life is love that. Like for example, I mean one of my former roommates, he every time I interacted with that dude, there was like something I was like, oh, I should be like him and living like Larry. I need to be like him that way. Especially with my current roommate now, he's extremely kind. So we all got a little bit to learn from everyone, whether good or bad. Life is a highway. Probably not today. Sadly, I'm gonna stick with the calmer music. Maybe sometime in the future, though, if we're feeling a bit more energetic. Another example of one of those people is my physics professor that I used to look up to. I mean, I just don't have him anymore. But he showed me the way of like the true academic, someone who dedicates their time fully to the perfection of a craft. And they don't do it for like monetary gain or accolades. They do it because it just purely holistically interests them. But if Bear was asking, you wouldn't hesitate. I would hesitate. Oh, sure, Bear, let's go. I think the only reason I played Left Fistine yesterday was just because it was, a bit more energetic, and it's just a great song. Not that Life is a Highway isn't. It just fit the vibe more. I think that's the delineation of which songs I do and don't play. Like I'm Blue rarely will ever fit the vibe ever. I think I'm the one who brought up Le Fistine. I know the vibes. I'm the vibe knower. I'm the one who vibes. Very bad jokes by me tonight. I apologize. Coughs on you. Monkey, I'm not, okay, Monkey probably didn't invent that bit, but like that's so funny to me. The derpini. I'm cutting that from the VOD. Clip it while you can, because that's gone. Get out of here. Maybe I should make some cookies for my sister. Maybe that's I do want to bring Derp back in like a post-ironic fashion. Earlier today, I was thinking I want a shirt. So I think it's called streetwear cut tees. It's basically just bigger t-shirts. I like how they're like, yeah, and like the gray kind of like the fabric's rougher. Like it feels like it's just been worn a lot, right? And I want one that says I love eating cigarettes in like a serifed font and like big white text on like the dark gray streetwear shirt. I want a shirt like that really badly. I feel like it's a great conversation starter. That was a decent ellipse. Kavel, check out a mod. It is not, and I'm just gonna deny that one. I'm gonna deny that one, Cat. I don't have the energy for that bit. I don't. You know those Valentine's cards that people make? Like, can you be the heart to my son? Whatever, right? I want to make one with gravel, and it says, "Can you be the derp to my RAR X3?" And I'm gonna get like people are going to. She says. That's terrible. I love it so much. I want to draw Gravel as a magical girl. You should do that. I want to draw a V1 or like I just want to draw some character that isn't magical girl to in that style. I have a lot of ideas brewing. Many are not good, but I don't have like a means to express them, so they just like rot inside my head during the school week. Well, I do have a means to express them, which is like doing my really crappy doodles in my sketchbook, so I could one day. Magical girl Gravel goes hard. I feel like I've been spamming Gravel. I need to calm down and do something else. I do want to draw the bear mug character too. You get out of my comfort zone. There's no such thing. True. I just worry more classically, getting too comfortable with stuff. I like to shake it up. Look, he even wants to draw a bear too. Kat, do you have a character that I can draw? Like an OC? I may draw Sakamoto. I don't feel like I would get a lot out of drawing Sakamoto. Not that he's too simple, but you know. How did you do the arrow? What? That's gangster. Doesn't like I wish I hope I'm not sure if Monkey has like a monkey OC, a monkey persona. Yeah, true. I'm very surprised Automod didn't kill you for that. We can say fuck. Yeah, I think we might have added it to the permanently allowed terms. Everyone to have their own persona. So same, yeah. Same here. Like I want monkey, I want cat. Well, mainly okay, this is a bit mean. And no disrespect to anybody else on the server, but specifically monkey and cat. So we could have bear, monkey, cat, and gravel, or like bird, basically. Like these 4 species of animals. Character is just a black cat, but we need a draw. We need a reference sheet, cat. We need a reference sheet. We should make a reference sheet. It's iconic. It's like a weird material on my sheet. No clue what's going on there. Is that my head shadow? That is. My bad. I'll try to have a less big noggin. So much for a minor axis, jeez. I'll do a tiny plane. There's a thing that happens every semester that really upsets me. And it's everyone decide at the beginning of the semester, everyone schedules their events on the same day. So like one of my professors has a really cool seminar I want to attend. There's an organization, a volunteer organization that I really want to check out. There's a programming series that I want to check out, and it's all on the same day. This upsets me. I did see the shirt you sent. Sadly, I'm going to stick to my my little parka that I have, but thank you very much for the gift. I now need to figure out what kind of house I want to make in Finch. There's a lot of Art Deco. There's like contemporary, modern. There's like Art Deco. And there's like cottage and there's like nest cabin thing. I think I want to go for like the cottage aesthetic, which really contrasts my kind of minimalist black color scheme. Yo, what's up, Bryce? How's it going? Been a minute. Big Chillin' just got home. Heck yeah. Any wild updates? Big changes? Hello, Rise. Man, I don't know why, but I really needed Night in the Wood music tonight. Thank you, Night in the Woods. You have great music. Night in the Woods has the perfect fall music. Fall kind of sucks in my college town. There's not a lot of space to enjoy the autumn colors. My hometown does. Like it kind of just goes from like, oh, it's a little bit cooler during the day to winter. True. Have we ever received a bear mug ref sheet other than the? Oh yes, Sunbear. I can't believe I forgot that. My apologies. Ah, kind of wish I did a bear for my lesson 5, but like a really chunky one, so I could capitalize on the rotund form. Cool, cool. So as you guys know, we're gonna do 2 minutes of ads, and then and we're just gonna chill in BRB, and then we're gonna move to our 237. Dude, wait, quick. Shout out to my roommate last night. I was like, yep, another cylinder done. He was like, how was stream? I was like, another cylinder done. And he was like, oh, so 236. He kept count. That's crazy kind of him. Anyways, okay, be right back, guys. Can't believe Cat would steal Sakamoto. I still have 30 minutes left on ads, but I'm just like hoping you guys can hear me. I think if Rise is still here, he could maybe hear me. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, it's an interesting situation. Yeah, I've never considered like, let's say we took Sonic, right? Iconic character. Um, chi, situation, maybe. Uh, but anyway, sorry. Yeah, so like, let's suppose you like Sonic exists. Could you make a character called like Bonic, and it is literally just the same character? You know, that's how I heard you pronounce situation. I said situation. Yeah, no, I say situation a lot. Um, situation. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Yeah, if like I wonder what is the morality behind, what is the ethics behind like making the Bonic character? Because like in many ways, the first drafts of Gravel were inspired by Shangri-La Frontier, and like there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people out there who have made Sonic OCs who have literally just taken the fill bucket, um, and just like changed Sonic's color. I feel like if you're going to be making your own character, you're doing them a disservice by stealing the design, or not stealing, but just using the same design, but in the same way. It's not like horrible or the end of the world. Yeah, no, same here. Like you can, for all intents and purposes. Now it's really gross if you don't like pay reverence to the original character, right? Like if someone's like let's say you stole Sonic and made Bonic, and then you're like, oh, it's my own original character. I don't know who Sonic is. That's messed up. But yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for Kat to kind of like branch out and try her own way with shape design and taking a spin on a existing character and concept. Because like the Black Cat, not calling it unoriginal, but it's been done before. So how can you make it you? That's what makes a character ours. But you're no way an evil person for liking the Sakamoto thing or even using it. Just, Red Cat. Because, yeah, I would not be so facetious as to claim that any of Gravel is an original or unique design. But I definitely think it aligns a lot with me. Stuff like that. Anyways, enough preaching. Let's get over here and do some cylinders. Cool. I was gonna say something earlier and I forgot it, and I'm upset about that. And it was cool news too that I was proud to share. No. Oh, Bear, you weren't here. But I tried watching City today, and my TV was like, nope. So I think I'm gonna watch it while falling asleep tonight. I watched a clip for it the first time, um, and I didn't. What's the character's? I forgot her name. She has like Nii as the first part of her name, and I love how the character with the brown hair says it. Anyways, yeah, that was my takeaway. What if I gave this uh black cat a fancy bow? I don't know. I don't know what. Oh, what? Smart detection. Smart. I okay. I could definitely see why they would do something like that. But yeah. It was the clip where Oh wait, I'm gonna be careful. Have you watched the entirety of City? I don't want to like spoil a joke for you. Okay, then I will hold off on talking about it. But you read the manga? Okay. Am I cool to talk about it then? So I should be okay. Okay. It is the bit where one of their shirts gets shrunk. I watched the video of that today, the clip of that, and I really liked it. Classic Nichijou thing. Kat, this is your creativity, your moment to like mess around and see what you do and don't like. Whoever the girl dressed up as the shark is gave the same energy as the girl from Nichijou. I forget her name. She was the third group member, the quieter one, who always did like the little gags. A real prankster. Yeah. May? I forget. Actually, now that I think about it, someone in the comments said the person wearing the shark costume is channeling their my energy. Or May. Bleh. Oh my god, I want to use bleh in like a debate one day. Like if I'm ever like a presidential debate. Here we have Kavel Quiscalis and like Kavel, what do you think on economic reform in this part of the country? Bleh. So powerful. Should have done that for your public speaking class. Oh my god. Actually, I have 2 classes where I have to defend, like this semester, I have to defend an argument. One of them is my philosophy class where we do a, like team versus team style thing. And then another one where I have to defend why I chose to make a machine learning model a certain way. So if my professor just like, so why do you choose this? Bleh. I'm gonna try to use that picture in one of my presentations. Bleh. Yeah, just cause. Already, sir, would that complete your order? Bleh. I just walk off, rack up like a $30 order, and just leave. This is gonna be a tough one to achieve. Let's see. Big cat, like just start like compiling things of characters that you like. Certain aspects, things you do and don't like, inspirations. Compile a list of attributes that you want to imbue into this character, and maybe how their design will reflect those, right? Like if they're a very kind character, I know this is extremely like elementary, but you know, kind character, very soft and round, or if they're like kind of feisty, you know, sharp. And then from these ideas, you'll start drafting. And given by all of your suggestions so far, it seems that you really like formal attire. So I feel like there's a lot that can be done with that. That reminds me of the what's that anime? It's where the cat, the girl saves like this one cat, and then like the cat turned out to be like the prince of cats, and like there's these cats with like fancy outfits and stuff. Compile all the characters' attributes you like and draw specifically what you like about them, then fuse them. Heck yeah, a little Frankenstein's bear mug. But that's like the whole creative process. I'm not gonna say all, whatever. It's not all of it actually, but The Cat Returns. Yes, I started watching that one time and then fell asleep. Not because it was boring, it was because I was very tired. I got to the part, literally the very beginning, where the last thing I remember is the Prince Cat took her into the kingdom. Man, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for shows that like the here wait the hero's journey where it's the part where the new world happens. Here wait. Yes, they did it so well with like respect to their anatomy, yet still made it my favorite step in the hero's journey. Crossing the threshold. Crossing the threshold is my favorite part. Yeah, Act 1 separation. I know I want this cat to be fancy because he's stuck up. There you go. That is a wonderful attribute, cat. Good job. That is like an extremely good way to form. He's really mean. Are you designing this to be like just an original character or maybe like a parallel for yourself, a persona? Because that's what I would consider Gravel a persona. Or persona, depending on like which school of thought you originate from. Uh Man, I have a lot of good movies and stuff queued up. I have The Cat Returns. I want to watch Death Note. Just not in like the mental faculties to do that right now. The Lupin movie that Bear recommended. An OC to fool around with. He represents me in real life. Then I'd consider that a persona then. If it represents you in real life. Let's walk you through it, right? What kind of design do you want? Do you want something very high fidelity, very detailed, and true to real life? Or do you want something a bit more simple and comical? You can have both, right? It's not like you have to draw a character a certain way, but as like, the base form. Let's see. Let's do the slow wave composing this. This line feels too long. So we can either make this edge longer or this edge shorter. Since I want to maintain the degree, I want to make this edge longer, which means this VP is going to move further away, right? No, this VP. No, this one can move further away. Yeah, it's either or. Oh, wait, no, if this one gets longer, then it's going to go inwards, which will still decrease the degree, or this one would have to go outwards, shortening it, which means this line, this dot would move like right here. Something to show that he's fancy. I want him to have personality of Tanya. Sadly, I do not know. I've only seen the gifts that you sent of Tanya, so. But yeah. I guess it's on you to figure that maybe like a cool bow on his tail or something of the sort. Just play around with it. Scrawny kitten with ragged fur. Want to know a way? This is the first thing I can imagine this in. Here, right? The first time I ever recognized this as like an artistic way of doing something, and like it sticks in my brain whenever I think about it, is the Ghibli movie. Oh my gosh, Spirited Away. Where the little dust motes. I forget like how they look, but like just kind of this, like this concept. I love so much. Oh, geez, where did my focus go, dude? Okay, wait. Sorry, I just had like sensory overload with the music and the focus thing happening. Um, the sprites, yeah. I didn't know the official name for them, but I'm glad you got like what else. Yeah, here's the unfocused, refocused version. Just like yeah, little like or like drawing a little cat. I'm not sure if I could do this. What would like a cat's eyes look like? This is a fun little experiment. And the little nose, the eyes. Little ears. And give those like some hard contours. Then you just have like little. That looks stupid, but something like that. Thinking like yeah, it's a very fun thing, and you can do a lot with those. It's tough though. I like the lines. Oh, sorry, I reread that. I'm thinking of a tuxedo slash vest thing. Cool. Now you get the really fun design challenge of like, how would I tailor a a vest to a cat? You know, what about the cat's anatomy would pose a challenge towards making a vest happen? That's why I really respect AOT. Is the like cool little schematics and stuff that they provide for the ODM gear and stuff. Like they go out of their way to build this very cool world. Disney unlisted some of their shorts on YouTube to exclusive, dude. Oh shoot, what's the movie? It's with the cats and there's the Siamese cats. I forget the movie, but they also have that texture. Just they're colored, of course, as well. Aristocrats, dude. My grandma would show me that movie so much, and I really loved it. I don't know why, but I really, really, really wanted to drink the milk in that movie. Or was it Aristocrats or Aristocats? Whatever. The milk, like, I don't know why. And I remember the Siamese cats like really freaking me out for no reason. Okay, cool, yeah. I need a movie like that right now. Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about earlier. This is a little bit less happy, but is this a cat stream? Possibly. It was. I was like that with certain cartoon movies. It shows with those kids. So, yeah, same thing with the milk in Tom and Jerry. The milk that was like poisoned or something. I can't remember. I was like, oh, I want to drink that. Or like the time that they froze the entire kitchen in Tom and Jerry. I was like, I want to be in there. That seems cool. And everything's so like shiny. I know, right? And that's the purpose, is that it was shown as something that's desirable and good. So they found the best way to convey that. Thing like the pie in the windowsill. But yeah, this is a less fun talk. Whatever. Yeah, I know, right? Today I was walking into one of my classes and I realized the class before it is the intro level programming class for computer scientists. And man, that put me in a bad mood. Not like a horrible, I hate everything mood, but it really made me upset because I miss that so much. Because like these classes I have now are so abstracted and difficult and like beyond the reach of even what a company would expect me to do. This semester actually not so much, but I just missed, and I know it's always greener. Like I probably was pretty stressed back in that intro class, but man, I missed it. I missed it a lot, and like just looking at how easy, comparatively easy, right? It's hard stuff when you're learning it because you're a beginner, but like since it's foundational stuff, and I like do the hardest things from that class daily now. I was like, oh man, but it's the same effect if you like. Oh yes, I wish I was a kindergartner again. So all I had to do was like literally nap and then learn the ABCs. Maybe if we learn what a vowel is. But we all find ways to complain. So, but that's not to say is I don't know. There's a bit of like beauty in that melancholy of longing for the past. And I think that in of itself is the confirmation that the past wasn't that bad. We often like to think that we are in the hardest moment of our lives because it's the most real and the most recent. And in some ways, it could be the hardest moment of our lives. Um, but then we look back on it, and it's either because we now recognize the most modern moment um, as the hardest, or just that we survived, and that the evils that haunted us back then were only scary because they were unknown. And now that that uncertainty is gone, it's a little bit easier to bear. That's my rant. What song is this? This is great. You guys could barely hear it, which I apologize, but also I've been meaning to critique Saf's video for a bit. Not that it's horrible or anything, I actually quite liked it. Just with all the help that he provides everyone, I want to return the favor and give some pointers to the video. I just also don't want to be like, your video sucked. No, I liked it. And I also don't want to be wrong, because like if I give him the wrong critique, then he's going to make videos worse because of me, and that's scary. But that's also just me with all critiquing, so. I'm going to watch more Tom and Jerry after stream. They have full episodes on YouTube. They do? Oh, heck yeah. I want to as well, but I don't want to seem pretentious. Then we both do it at the same time, and we make it sound really pretentious to just double team it. I feel like Saf is really receptive to criticism. He's just mature like that, so I think double down exactly. You know what? Maybe in the upcoming day, I'll watch through the video again, and because I only got about halfway through, so. I've been thinking about. I'm on the fence about joining Squatability because I do want to be held more accountable for working the lesson videos. Today's been the first day I haven't been able to work on it at all because of school. And so I want an accountability system. I'm just not sure if Squatability is right for me. Mainly the pinging. I don't want to be pinged that much. If I could just have Motto whisper in my ear, "Yo, Kavel, have you finished it yet?" And I'll be like, "Sir, yes, sir." This is exactly the foreshortening and turn that I want. I'm very happy with this. That's okay. Honestly, it helps me because the daily thing is such a minimally daily task. True, yeah. Decreasing all friction and just doing as much as you can. In fact, maybe I should just do that after stream. Working on a tiny bit. I swear the animators back then are super cracked due to the Tom and Jerry. Looks so clean. I looked out my window while drinking water and I saw like someone across my entire apartment complex. I can see their monitor. They're scrolling. It looks like Discord. They're scrolling through Discord, I think. This is what this is gross. I'm gonna stop this. There, I just shut my blinds. That's intrusive. I wouldn't want people doing that to me. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said for the animators back then. Oh, women weren't allowed to animate? That's dumb. I don't know about animation history. I'm assuming you mean like Disney and Warner Bros. And stuff. As i.e., there was no law. It was just, sexist standards of back then in the industry. But yeah, unfortunately, not many. Glad we've definitely seen a shift in that, though. For all I've seen. Once again, I do not know the full scope of that. I mean, I feel like, animating is just so much more accessible now than it ever has been before. Because I think I'm echoing the words of Marshall Vandroff when I say, back then if you wanted to be an animator, you had to get like thousands of dollars of equipment and like tons more hours of just the mechanical process, let alone drawing, right? And so like an animation studio, a comic book studio was not made to make money. He was talking about this in terms of comic books, not animation. I remember now. I often do question whether the act of scarcity in times like those made better artists, because and it's so multifaceted. There's so many different reasons as to why that could be true. Scarcity. Scarcity of materials means only the best. Oh, voice crack. Only the best gain access to it, or only those who would truly flourish could continue with them. Less hobbyists, so that means only really, observational bias, I guess. I don't know what the correct term for it is, but you're only going to see animators who are the best because they only are the ones that get access to it. Similarly, it's a more of a competition to gain access to those materials. Thankfully, comics were a big deal, so if you're successful, then you're really going to succeed. That is also what Marshall Vandroff said. Because it became the new, didn't he say it was like the new baseball card, right? Or whatever. I would. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. I'm not going to turn up other stuff. There you go. I just don't want to bend all the way over there. Hurts my back. I almost fell out of my chair like 2 days ago, yesterday. Well, I actually like practically did. I forgot I wasn't going to turn it up because like I don't want to listen to it louder, but I forgot I can make it louder for you guys in the same volume for me. That reminds me yesterday, at the beginning, for those who haven't been to college, usually like the first couple of weeks of college, everyone's outside with like banners and flags and posters and stuff, advertising their like organizations or clubs or whatever it may be. And that also comes with like, if you want to go anywhere on campus, someone's going to be like, take our flyer, take our flyer. And it came to a point where I was like, hey, no, I'm also on a bike. I'm not stopping. And like one group was like, are you interested in blah, blah, blah? And I was like, no, sorry, thank you. And then I biked past and like, I got a glimpse of their banner. I was like, oh shoot, wait, that's something I'm actually crazy interested in. And so I parked my bike and walked back up to them, and the girl was like, hey, are you interested? Oh. She just went, oh, when she saw me again. I was like, hey, sorry, I just spoke too soon. Like, what is the thing about? And she was like, oh, that's fine. And she gave me the flyer and everything. But God, it was so... I don't want to be too specific, but I've been looking for a volunteer organization that has like certain characteristics about them that I align with. And I think this may be one, and I think it's, something that I would really like to do. It's not too commitment to learn anything. Something on the side that isn't, tons of hours out of my week, but I could actually like help people with and stuff. And I think this may be that. So I'm really hoping that it all comes through. It's tough though, because like I said, the meeting for this organization is conflicts with a seminar I really, really want to go to. So I'll have to see. I'm gonna turn down the music. Even though it is one-shot music. It's just because I'm evil. I'm turning it down. But yeah, there's plenty of clubs that like have horrible meeting times, or like the membership dues are like so much money. And I understand it because you get benefits from like being parts of these organizations, or that money goes to a good place, but sometimes I just can't sustain that. Yeah, or like the one I really want, I'll drink that in a big cap. The one I really want to go to, they meet at like, here, let me look at the flyer. Their first meeting is at like 5:30. And their second informational is at like 3. So that's not bad. But it's just highly inconvenient. The old one I went to met at 7:30 at night every Tuesday and Thursday. And like respectfully, I'm not doing all that. And I did for that semester because that was before I was streaming. It was because it was a more technical organization, if that makes sense. Like a lot of the people were part of other programs at the school, so it's the best time they could meet. I'm trying to find one that like I'll benefit from, low commitment, and isn't at 7:30 p.m. CST, as you guys know. When is winter solstice? When do we do the time change? Which is stupid, by the way. I hate time change. Worst thing ever. Other than like nuclear war. Maybe. We'll do that and call it. December 21st. Wait, what? Oh, wait, sorry. When time change 7:03. Oof. So 6:30 p.m. for you, and it's 7:30 p.m. for me. Yours, I guess. I don't know. I'm starting to stream at 7:30. And yeah, guys, I really consider. So here's the deal. I get out of most of my classes around 5 to 5:30 every day, except for like some days of the week, and I then go home, eat, and then either I have 30 minutes to relax before stream, or I immediately start stream. So I could start it at 7 o'clock. Or not. And I don't want to be mean to you guys, but that 30 minutes is like critical for me. Because like I get home, I eat, I wash up, And then immediately streaming would probably make me less happy and enjoy stream a little bit less. Okay, I'm gonna do that hydrate real quick. Thank you, Cap. Yeah, it's because I was really hyped. I really wanted to have some 6:30 streams this semester, but it's not looking like it. Uh, this is too high, I've deemed. Which means I moved it too far over here. Oops. Unfortunate. It's all good, man. But in rather good news is I've been immediately going to bed after streams instead of doing homework. That's the rule I made for myself this semester. Is I just immediately go to bed. I don't work on video stuff or whatever, and I've been getting really, really good sleep. Like I've been falling asleep at 10-ish, or like probably 11-ish, and waking up at 7, like really on the dot. So I want to keep that up. So our streams end at what, 9:10-ish, 9:15-ish. Weird music, but I'm kind of vibing with it tonight. This is what people sound like to me when I have a headache. So Shadow Kavel is gone. Possibly, I don't know. There's been no noteworthy activity from that individual. Uh, but that's also because when I'm in my apartment, I make my bed a specific way where like I'm literally like swaddled. Like I tuck my comforter underneath the mattress. So like I'm locked into my bed. Super comfortable. Um and so like there's not much movement for me. The most I'll do is like my phone will end up on the other side of my bed. No, I probably still talk a lot in my sleep, but I don't know. I've been tempted. I've said this before. I've been tempted to get those sleep apps that like record how you sleep and stuff. But the problem with that is I don't like having my phone on my bed or like near it when I go to sleep. Um, or like sometimes I want to watch YouTube or like read a book until I'm tired. And I don't like to prime my phone to sleep during that. Like if I pass out reading Dorohedoro, cool. I don't have to set up my phone for that. Let me enjoy that experience. Have I passed out reading Dorohedoro? Multiple times, yes. Because it's so boring and the story sucks. Trying to think of like a character's name. I'm crying and shaking. I was trying to think of a character's name to be like Ritsu, more like PU, but I couldn't come up with one that I liked. What's the doctor's name? The younger doctor that isn't married to a demon. Ooh, I really like that demon character. I think she's very funny. Does Gravel have a shadow counterpart? It's just like a photorealistic Grackle. You know in Gumball when they would do like the cutaway gags to or not cutaway, but like they'd suddenly make Darwin and Gumball like hyper realistic. That's exactly what Shadow Gravel is. I'm scared because I'm really liking this box, which means only one thing. Did I drink the water that I said I would drink? I'm gonna drink another sip of water just to make sure that I did. Ah, frick. Oh, also, one of my professors, I'm taking a class on accessibility in like software engineering. So like making it so people who, you know, may be hard of hearing or colorblind or etc. can access content on the internet or just with services better, designing better things for that. And he had like this really cool document today that I'm gonna be stealing for the lesson 3, 4, and 5 videos. Try to make them a little bit more well, because like when you take into, I'm not trying to just get brownie points from the system for making my videos more accessible or whatever. I do think that's important. But also is like when you strive to make something more accessible for somebody, you make it more for everybody, and it becomes a much better and just more concise product, right? Because in having these more strict guidelines, and challenges, basically, it pushes you to find unique and creative workarounds to presenting information and transmitting information as well. Shout out to channels that implement subtitles. I can't like take a claim to that because I've been procrastinating putting subtitles on my lesson 2 video. I have the whole script. I've just been too lazy. And maybe this is my call that I need to be better about that. Because I was planning on doing it for the lesson 3, 4, and 5 videos. The only reason I didn't for the lesson 2 video is because my script changed. Me saying it changed from my original script, and so it was literally just as a feat of laziness, which I regret. I think is dumb. But they were just rabid. It's okay, I'm forgiven. Huge. Oh, I have some extra time this weekend. Maybe I could do that. But you know, subtitles are great and easy and awesome. My main goal. I've been writing that in my notes. Instead of saying main goal, I've been putting mango. For this video is, once again, tying text to actions on the screen. And one thing that I see a lot of art YouTubers do is say this, that, and just point in a general region, or saying this was wrong. Why? Why is that wrong? Why is that correct? What makes it, what's the difference? So I'm really trying because I was, you know, I did that in the lesson 2 video, which I wish I explained better. So this is a great opportunity to exercise that. And yet to still do it in a concise way, so we're not explaining like, oh, well, why does this equal 4? Because 2 plus 2 equals 4. Well, what is adding? You know, like, I'm not going to try to go too far down the rabbit hole. Heck yeah. You just have to like wade past the cringe of hearing your own voice for like 20 minutes as you edit an old video. I'm actually super mad I lost the paper I had. It was critiques of the entire video timestamped. There, Kipple. Sorry, I saw you posted Kipple. I like Kipple. How do you get over not be conscious about hearing yourself or the way you talk? I've been making videos of myself for years, so at some point I just have to be like, yeah. And a lot of the time I have like changed the way I talk. A reason I don't do camera other than face reveal, right? Is because I have really, really strange mannerisms when I talk to a camera. It doesn't typically happen when I talk to real life people, but when I talk to a camera, I have like weird, I'm not sure to call them tics or things. But like with my voice in videos, if I don't like, I say too many times or stuff like that, I cut them out. And you recording YouTube videos is a bit unique because I have a script, so I can really be effective in the way like I talk. So like I know, that's not truly my voice in a way. It's the script talking. But when I do go back to like when I went back to the lesson 3 videos, I cringed. For sure. I was like, "Oh my god, stop talking like that. Why do you sound like that? Are you up talking right now?" Like stuff like that. Secretly Germa. That's why he won't show us his face. Bocca ass. Spee. I said it. I said I wouldn't say it last stream, and I did. I'm not a man of my word. So yeah, to conclude, I get used to my voice by recording videos for lots of years and just hearing it, reading off a script. So I have a set way of speaking, critiquing the way I speak by trying to remove uhs, ors, or up talking, or any specific things that I can mention other than it just being cringe. And then it will always be cringy. That's why if I ever want to do a video, I don't want to do a script. It just feels so rigged. That's the thing. When I speak normally to a camera, it's okay. But when I speak off a script to a camera, I have like weird eye flicks and head twitches and stuff. I don't, and it bothers me so much. Rigid, yeah. And yeah, that's my issue. Is if I ever do camera videos, I will need to find a way to do scripts. Because like my videos are very much like each word matters, but I need to feel organic and yeah. And I think the cure to that is something that I hate, which is lots and lots of rehearsal. If not just being like a really decent speaker already. Which I guess you become a really decent speaker by speaking a lot and rehearsing a lot. But yeah, like if you want to say a specific thing but still feel organic, then it has to become secondhand nature. Second nature. For the very, very little time that I was preparing to do tours on my college campus, every single night I was rehearsing in the mirror, standing up, sitting down, on a timer, not. I was like mumbling it to myself as I cooked dinner. Just so like if I gave tours to people, I could worry first and foremost about like how I was presenting it rather than what I was saying. Like literally, it came to a point, and I feel like everyone's experienced this if they've memorized a script, where you don't really. I mean, yeah, actors do it all the time, so there's our clear evidence that's possible. Where it becomes less of the words and more so how you say them, and of course some flexibility in between because I'd say it's rare to see things read verbatim. Because, there's some words and cadences that you'll never use. So finding your own way of saying it that doesn't hurt the original intent of the script is probably pretty common. Is talking out loud weird? Like, to yourself? I feel like really depends on the context. If you're in the doctor's office and like everyone's quiet and you're just like saying all your thoughts out loud, maybe a little bit weird, but like if you're in your own home or maybe around even friends, it's cool. Yeah, same here. Like I'll literally say it helps for me to like say what I'm going to do in the day. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to come back and make breakfast. Like saying that out loud is great. I read out loud. Whenever I'm reading like really dense material, reading it out loud helps me like that didn't make sense instead of just continuing on. Yeah. That's perfectly normal. I do too. Literally today when I was having like some negative thoughts, I was like, "Hey man, whoa." Out loud. I don't know why I had to say it out loud. Yeah, I do the exact same thing. It's helpful. Because it's kind of like a second voice, it's a voice beyond those intrusive internal thoughts telling you, hey, it's gonna be chill, calm down, whoa. And it helps wake you up if you're spiraling in your own mind. That's so valid. I like that. Yeah, just be careful that it doesn't turn into a negative, like, you're so stupid. It's really easy to turn that into a habit. It's really, really easy because you feel like you're correcting a behavior um, by being self-detrimental, and so it's very easy to reinforce quickly. You do something like you spill your water and be like, "Oh, you idiot!" It feels like it's like a weird. Oh, I forgive myself for this by punishing myself, but no. But I do feel like discrediting intrusive or bad thoughts or like catastrophizing. I remember that word yesterday. Like being like, oh, that wouldn't happen. That's good. It's nothing self-deprecating. I recently think I've gotten good at not doing that. I've gotten good not doing that. Yeah. That was one of the first things I learned from my therapist was like, instead of just don't like, in the process of not giving negative thoughts power, it's not even recognizing their validity. Like saying you're not valid recognizes the thought exists, but just being like, that's not even true. You shouldn't shut down bad thoughts, just let them pass. Yeah. Exactly. Valid. This is a very Ghibli-esque song. Like, if you told me this was in a Ghibli movie, I'd be like, yeah, it is. Healthy video gamer. I've never watched him. I'm not sure if I want to, but I've heard some good things from that guy. It's only reliable if you don't end binging them with snacking on popcorn. I feel like that's crazy, Valen. I've had stints where like I get into self-help YouTube. I end up like watching way too much where I'm like, this isn't even the topic I started on, and I don't think I'm getting anything from this. I only take notes on the rewatch the ones that impact me. Very smart. I just realized how much my brain has been off during this cylinder. Like it's become, I'm not going to say second nature, but very implicit. Cool, cool. Okay, I'm going to take another sip of water and then we're going to draw our ellipses. Is that an air hoop? Chinese two-string violin, one of my favorite instruments. Heck yeah. They just start mashing those keys. Doo, doo. Dude, I mess with this instrument so much. It's so beautiful. I learned it's called the erhu, but like I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and other cultures have different names for it. But I've also heard just like the Chinese two-string violin or two-string violin. I want to start journaling my thoughts, but I don't want my family to find it and read it. Interesting. Have you considered saying, "Hey, I want to do this healthy practice, and I would really, really want you guys to respect my privacy"? You know, instead of treating it as this like that too. Where the heck is the minor axis? Major axis. Hmm. Have you thought about doing a digital one instead? It's a bit more ephemeral, but speaking of ephemeral, I biked past a bar today and they were playing King Gizzard, and I felt like I found my people for a second. Just hearing your favorite artist out in public, like played, like oh my god, such a good feeling. I felt heard. I felt known. Maybe I should listen to some more King Gizzard. I also journal on Notion. Privacy is not like I'm putting in discreet info. True, true, true. That's okay. Been thinking about what if someone goes through my phone. Well, Kat, at some point, yeah, like there comes a point where either you journal or you don't, right? And no matter if you're cataloging thoughts and feelings anywhere, there's a possibility that someone can read it. And that's just, how it works. Um, and so instead of never doing it, you can take reasonable steps to protect it as much as you can, and even discuss it with the people that you're afraid of finding it by saying, hey, this is really personal to me, and you may see this book or this app or something, and I'd really appreciate it if you could respect my privacy and not intrude, right? Um, get an app that's for diaries that stores everything locally, and has password protected, right? Or get a innocuous notebook that you keep in this very specific location, um, that doesn't have like my secret diary written on the front of it. Or if you use it frequently, like I did with my journal, I just always have it on me. And so there's no reason for anyone else to like, ooh, what's that? Yoink. Like, no, what? And I'm not sure if you're an adult or not, but like when, it becomes less of this like middle schooly thing is like, oh, what are you writing? It's yeah. Cat buys a safe to be sure just for her phone. Yeah. She buys burner phones and like replacements just to obfuscate what she really uses. Like you for all I care, you could do like a polyalphabetic substitution cipher on your own diary, and then like transpose it, get some like encryption in there with like what's the like ed4 or whatever it's called, the one that I generate on the computer all the time. Some brutal thoughts and real life trauma. I don't want to. Yeah, and that's totally understandable. And so, if you can, this in at this point in the conversation, I'll just say, hey, consult a professional if you feel like you need to vent these more personal details with discretion, or find a means in order to express and catalog these so you can revisit them with a professional. Yeah, because if you have stuff to write it. But yeah, we gave you the options, right? You have those choices. Maybe a couple more that we haven't considered, but at the end of the day, I just ate the wood from your chopstick. Ooh. Was it like a splinter, or like you just munched too hard on the chopstick? What were you eating with the chopstick that required such a ferocious bite? Yep, I think that's the best of all worlds. Yeah, splinter, gotcha. Made me curious. What are you eating? Because now I want like fried rice. I like some. Oh man, I've been wanting some nigiri like really bad. Just chopped half of your chopstick, sawed off chopstick. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. I've heard it before, but I'm not going to try. I've had my fair share of messing up words over the past couple days. Lemongrass chicken and fresh veggies? Heck yeah. I'd need to Google to see what that is specifically, though. Rice noodle. Ah, gotcha. Let me Google it so I can put a face to the name. Oh man, I can't look at that for too long. One day, I did have Vietnamese food quite a bit in my high school. In fact, maybe I'll have it this Saturday. I was gonna have it right before I left for university, but I got sick and I didn't want to like eat food that could potentially make it worse. It's easy because I've been doing it for years, to be honest. Oh, I never eaten with a chopstick. Is it hard? It's really awkward and embarrassing at first. Thankfully, I've never had the experience where someone has brought a fork to my table because I was struggling so much, but pho is good when it's sick. I know. I just didn't want to. Because it's got all the vitamins, right? And the broth. And all the fats and stuff. Healing potion. I definitely need. I feel like I hold my chopsticks weird because my dad. I can't even describe it, can I? I feel like people rest it differently with their middle finger than I do. Unlike ramen, true. Ramen if you don't make your own broth. Speaking of, tomorrow I'm going to be making some poached egg ramen. I also have spare rice and broccoli that I need to eat, so I may just have a huge dinner. My middle finger is between both sticks. Same here. Okay. I mean, it's very close to how I hold it right here, right now. Kind of. I just lean it to the side, if that makes sense. I would need to use chopsticks. I'll use them tomorrow when I'm eating my ramen. And plus, my jasmine rice is like super sticky, so that just makes it like incredibly easy to eat the rice. Because even if I miss a little bit, who cares? It sticks to it. Eat rice with chopsticks, they cast me up. I don't really use it. Ah, gotcha. I need to get better for sure. I think chopsticks are a wonderful portion control thing, though. Because, like, it will make me really, I'm a fiend for fried rice, who isn't, or like noodles. So it'll really slow me down in the best of ways. But cool. So, with that being said, everybody, this has been the 237th cylinder of stream 465. I still mentally am like in the 300s for streams. Weenies, yeah. I was about to say, what's up, weenies? I'll start tomorrow's stream with that. Yeah, we're gonna be streaming. Review time. Sorry, review. I've been forgetting to do that a lot. I'm trying to be better. Review time. Minor X is really weird down here. I don't know what happened. It was definitely a degree flip. I don't know what caused it. I think this one's pretty good. Minor X is a bit tilted to the left, probably because just disturbance from the diagonal. Really good box, except for the little bit the back line was off. Yeah, so we're going to be streaming Thursday, Friday. We're not going to be streaming Saturday night, and we should be back Sunday. I may take off next Wednesday because I have a lot of commitments then, but we'll see. That doesn't matter now, though. Thank you very much, Bear, Cat, and Rise. I think that was everybody who visited tonight. Could be wrong. And if you guys did, I apologize, and I hope you had a good time. And I can't wait to see you guys. Wow, that's a weird cadence. I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.